Hey y'all, that's a dog. There's some type of echo. Tamika, what was your last relationship? That's a dog. There's some type of echo.
Okay, we're live. Looks like we're live.
That's a dog.
Right? And okay, we're live. Looks like we're live. Go ahead and start recording. And we're live. Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. I'm your host, Mike. And tonight, we're looking at the series is called Is She Marriageable? Welcome back to but a little bit of side information. I actually we hit the goal of 1,000 subscribers, y'all. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel, guys. Keep tuning in, keep watching. I've got more content coming, more live streams coming. So, with that being said, I feel like I should start say a couple things, just the preferences, because I see the comments that a lot of people leave, and I need for you guys to understand that the point of this series is not to number one, is not to bash women or put women down. The whole point is to prove the fact that there are marriageable women out there. Now, I get it. Some of you guys come in and you say that, well, no, she's not marriageable or this one's not married. That's not what I'm doing here. My job is not to find you a wife. Again, whatever your standards are, those are your standards. So the women that get showcased here, they may not be a wife for you, but it doesn't mean they're not going to be a wife. They can't be a wife to somebody else that's out there or a type of man that's out there. This is why we have the 6 categories: fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. Right? We all heard that before. We know where it comes from. But the point is that the average man will usually, my best advice to an average man who's looking to get married, you need to pick 3 out of the 6. And then look for a woman who is leading with those 3 categories that have piqued your interest. And then does that mean that you're always going to be looking for those? No, because we grow and we change, we improve. So your 3 may change. You know, in your 20s, it's not the same woman that you're looking for in your 30s. But ultimately, whatever you decide, whatever those categories are for you, then stick with that. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. And let's pull this up here. And I need this there. Okay. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. There's feedback. This up here. And I need this there. Wait a minute. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Okay, is that better? And shout out to Chris in the chat. I appreciate you coming through, man. Okay. Now, let's check the audio levels real quick, because I had to make some changes since the last live stream. So
I was running a little late. I was a little bit later on, get this light together.
Audio levels seem okay.
A little bit later on Instagram tonight.
Okay, good. We're up and running. Let's go ahead and get this going with we can skip ahead to the first young lady. And you know what? I was actually, when I was doing the thumbnail for this, I was actually surprised at the first guest. And the reason being is because I think I've actually met her before. So I'm almost certain I went to college with this young lady. I haven't seen her. I mean, it's been years since I've seen her, but she's got a distinct name.
I'm putting the link in the chat.
Well, let's see if it's her.
All right, we're good to go. All right, let's start. Let's get started. Let's see who's here. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, what's your name, baby?
It's Dio.
That's her.
Dio, where you calling me from?
I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
That is her. Okay. All right. But let's keep going.
ATL's in the building. How old are you?
I'm 38 years old.
38 years old. Let me get my chair together because I don't want to be too close to the middle. 38 years old. What do you do for a living?
I'm an account executive for a home health agency. I'm also a nurse.
Okay, you're a nurse and an account executive. Do you have any kids?
I have one daughter, and she's 15 years old.
Okay, a 15-year-old daughter. All right. Deo, Atlanta, 38, account executive, a nurse, a 15-year-old daughter. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
A Pisces. All right. Deo, Atlanta, 38, Pisces, account executive, nurse, 15-year-old daughter. What kind of man you looking for?
I'm looking for a conscious man, someone who is aware of self. I would prefer someone who is unvaccinated. I practice a holistic lifestyle, so I do not want him to practice any Western medicine. And I would like him to be taller than me. I'm 5'5", so I would like someone that I can look up to. I want someone kind, someone who wants to have more children, because although I'm 38, I would like to still have another child. I work in geriatric care management, so I just know it's important to have more than one child to help you when you get older. I just see a lot of families that they don't have that help, and they need to get a senior care manager in their lives, and I would like my daughter to have some support.
You know, she says that, but I honestly want to know, are the people that she's looking at, because she's saying that they don't have enough kids to help take care of them, how many of them, what percentage do you think of them are married? Something to think about, right? Because one of the things we talk about on this channel is that the average man and the average woman separated, if they're not together, they don't make enough to make it through the end of life through retirement. So that makes that's a question I would have for her. But you know, we're getting off topic. Chris says there have been a lot of women like that lately. Want an unvaccinated man. You know what? Okay. But my thing is that if how are you gonna know? Because vaccine would have worn, if they got it, it would have worn off by now. So how would you know? I don't know. Let's just keep going though.
Support from a sibling. So I do want somebody who is open to children. I do not want somebody who has young children, because my daughter is 15, and a lot of times men who have children that are under a certain age, they're not interested in having more. So I would like someone who does want to have more children.
Okay. Could he have? So he can't have kids.
He can have one or two.
Mm-hmm. One or two. Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Someone who believes in white Jesus. That's a deal breaker for me. Someone who is vaccinated is a deal breaker for me, and someone who has small children is a deal breaker.
Can he believe in Black Jesus?
He can believe in Black Jesus, but I just am spiritual. I do not practice organized religion. So I just believe in, communing with the universe and being one with your spirit. That's my belief system.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
I would like him to be tall. I don't have a preference on looks. I just have to be attracted. That's it. I just have to be attracted. It has to be a mutual attraction. So you're attracted to me, I'm attracted to you, and the chemistry is there.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
I would like for him to be able to afford a comfortable living. I would like him to have discretionary funds to do things with, to travel if he would like to, and to be able to afford to have more children, because that's what I desire. So if you can't do that, then I'm not going to be very interested.
You know, it's interesting to hear women talk about this, because whenever they start talking about, how much money the guy makes and then wanting to have more kids, I find it interesting that very rarely does the subject of marriage come up. So if she is in the Atlanta area, that means that the average man is going to make about right around about 55, right? If she's outside of that, then in the suburbs, then it's going to go down. But I've said this before about how the difference in a major urban city as far as income goes versus outside in the suburbs, the difference is not that much as far as lifestyle goes. Because again, the reason why you're making more money is because you're living in an area that has a higher cost of living. So, cost of living is the great equalizer in those things. But so far, I haven't heard anything that is extravagant or over the top. I mean, because she talked about you supposed to got over 5'5". Well, the average man is taller than 5'5", by a couple of inches. No young kids. Well, that's a preference. I mean, but it's plenty. More than half the men in the U.S., black men in particular, they don't have kids at all. So it's not really, But let's keep going though.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay, and I have on my nightgown, but it is nighttime.
Okay. We see
Okay.
you. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. There we go.
See you.
Again, she's talking about having her nightgown on, but you click the link. It's a dating show, so I don't. I'm not. Nah, I'm not going for it.
See the shade. So, this is Dale.
It's Dio. Like you dye your hair and you playing with a yo-yo. It's pronounced Dio. So I am Nigerian. I was born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia. But Dio, the A's have the I sound.
Okay, Dio. Yeah. Alina, 38. What's the age range you would date?
I'll go 2 years younger, so 36 to about a nice, fine, sexy 55.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does he have to be in Atlanta?
Yes, he does have to be in Atlanta because how can we cultivate if you're not close? And I would like somebody I can reach, touch, and feel,
Okay. When was your last relationship?
It was March 2021.
Okay.
A long time.
You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It's been since like December of last year.
Okay. BV said, how are you a nurse, but you don't practice Western medicine?
Because I have to pay for housing and pay for my daughter expenses. So I do. And also I'm working not working in a nurse capacity.
Dio?
I'm here.
Okay, finish that explanation again.
I'm not working in a nurse capacity. However, I just do not practice Western medicine.
So, yeah, Chris says finally someone not trying to long distance date. Yeah, that is refreshing because I don't believe that long distance doesn't work. One of y'all's gonna have to move eventually. So to sit here and say that in the beginning, oh yeah, no, he doesn't have to live here. It's not realistic. Because again, most cases the women are expecting you to fly to them or you to pay for the plane ticket to come for them to come to you. And even it gets worse when you have women who have children and it's like, okay, you just gonna pick up your kids at the drop of a hat. It's just not realistic. But apparently the chat from Kendra's live stream is getting on her because she talks about not following Western medicine, but she is a nurse. That's a little I mean that is a point to be made. It makes her sound hypocritical. I don't necessarily know if that's going to. She's a single mom and she got to pay the bills. So I'm not gonna ding her for that just because if it was a guy, we wouldn't be saying that. Because as a guy and you got, you're a single dad. Oh no, these bills got to get paid. So I'm not gonna fault her for that. It is something that for you to think about though, because it makes me think that the things that she said were deal breakers earlier may not necessarily be deal breakers. It just depends on the circumstances. But I don't know for sure. I can't say that for sure, but that's how it comes off.
Personally.
But you work for Western medicine?
I work in sales.
Okay. So are you a nurse though?
I am a nurse. I'm a licensed practical nurse.
So is it fair to say that you work with Western medicine? Are you giving prescription? Are you doing, is it a holistic nurse?
No, I work. I have to make a living here in the United States. So I have to do what makes
the money. But there's 1,000 jobs to make a living in the United States. I'm not judging you. We're just trying to understand because you were gun-ho on that, which is, I didn't even pick up on it. Somebody in the comments picked up on it. But now that they did bring it to light, I just want to get clarity. So you have probably prescribed COVID tests, but you don't believe in the COVID test.
I don't prescribe, but I administer. So I will administer your COVID test because as a nurse, we take orders and we do what the orders say. So if the doctor orders a COVID test, I will administer the COVID test. But will I participate in getting the COVID vaccination? No.
Okay, okay. Do you think that's kind of a contradiction?
Is it? I don't think so because my body is my temple and the way I want to live in the world is how I want to live. But if someone else wants to practice, I will do the best to my ability to do what they have deemed appropriate for their body.
Absolutely. I think it's because you are so against it, but you work in it. So it's like I don't believe in the COVID test, but I'll give it to you. And I don't know and have you always been this way? Or is there no?
I have. Yeah, so I don't practice vaccination of any kind. It's not just COVID. But I was
so why did you decide to become a nurse if you're so against this type of medicine?
I'm not against it, because if you have a headache, you will take a Tylenol. I will take a Tylenol. But what I will do is try to take herbs to help before I go toward taking a pill. I mean, the planet is full of herbs and medicinal.
Again, it's not necessary. It doesn't come off as being it's not a deal breaker. So, it's negotiable, but let's keep going.
Properties that we can use to help us. But in the meantime, I have to make a living. So I do what I need to do in order for me to pay my bills.
Okay. All right. When was your last relationship, Dio?
Yes. It was March of 2021.
I think you told me that. That's my apologies. When was the last time you was intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
Yeah, that was December of last year.
Okay. What are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
I can be a little impulsive because I'm a Pisces. We do things based on emotions a lot of times. I am very emotional, so I'm very sensitive. And my daughter would say, "You will cry about anything," but I will cry. I think that's kind of something I need to work on. Being impulsive, being emotional, and then maybe a little bit of judgmental. I need to be a little bit more open-minded. It's some convictions that I do have that I want to stay hard on, but I need to be a little bit open-minded that everybody doesn't live the same lifestyle that I live. So I'm willing to bend on some things.
Okay.
Cooperative.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm smart. I just graduated with my MBA in healthcare management. I'm smart. I'm loving. I'm nurturing. And I desire more children. I think that's a plus for some men who would want to continue to have children.
Okay, you gave me your age range, right?
Yes.
All right. And why do you think you're single?
I think I'm single because I do not want somebody that's vaccinated, and that's kind of the majority of the world. And that's your decision. If you chose to do that, then that's a decision that you've made for your family. However, I have worked in the nurse capacity and been a nurse since 2006, and I maintain being unvaccinated this entire time. So I think it's a conviction that I would like somebody to have, and it's not been easy to find somebody who shares that.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, so in other words, it's not necessarily about the vaccination thing. She's using that as a litmus test for the guy's level of conviction. And I guess, I can understand that. But at the same time, she just said that's why she's still single. So, well, let's just keep going. I think we're about done with this one.
Dio.
Yes.
Dio Atlanta, 38, Pisces, account executive, also a nurse, has a 15-year-old child, very adamant she wants to have another baby. So you have to be aware of that and down for that too. So I love that you have at the bottom. Is that your IG?
That is my Instagram. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go ahead and check out her Instagram then, because since it's on here, is and all right. Yeah, okay. We can go ahead and put this on here, and there's nothing here. I don't see any thirst traps. Looks like she got her face done there, and yeah, most of this stuff, it's not like this is not she's not using this as like a dating profile, like clearly, because there's other stuff on here, memes and whatnot. Yeah. So, I mean, Instagram's not that bad. I mean, it's like I said, it's not thirst traps. That's the main thing that you got to look for. So for me, that says that yeah. Okay. All right. So what does that leave us? Well, we already know the 6 categories: fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. Feminine, yeah. I mean, this is she is. If she hadn't said that she was in her nightgown, I wouldn't have guessed that. And then she is presentable. Let's see here. Cooperative, I would say so, because again, she doesn't have, when she described the guy that she's looking for, there's nothing necessarily that stands out. She didn't really say the income requirement, but if the main thing was that the guy can take care of himself, and that he could have that he would be able to afford to have more kids. But again, my only concern about her saying that is that she didn't mention any kind of marriage. So yeah, if she's not looking to get married, then I can understand that. Well, he needs to make enough to take care of himself and the kid and the future kids. But I mean, because if you get married, then you guys are combining your incomes, and that should be enough more in most cases. As long as he's an average earner, right? There were no questions to talk about submission. The only real thing is that the fact that she wants a guy that she can look up to. You know what, though? Because we talked about, she said she wanted a guy who's conscious, and then she's also using, she wants a guy who's conviction. You know what? Chris says she has 200K a year jobs. You know, I'm starting to wonder if she's, because those jobs, yeah, she does, but there's got to be one that's part-time, because she mentioned that she's working in sales. So it makes me wonder, is the nursing thing like a full-time gig? Because sales is usually a position that you don't have, it doesn't leave much time to do anything else. Whereas you could just have she could just be maintaining the license and use that to get the sales job. So I don't know. But if she is making 100K a year, I mean, that's totally possible in the medical field. The fact that she is willing to, she's actually looking for somebody who is an average income earner for the area that she lives in, again, speaks more to the cooperation there. And she appears friendly too. We didn't really get any, I didn't get any red flags to say that she's been standoffish, except for the things that she talked about as far as her convictions go about Western medicine. Let's see. Chris says she's going to be in a rush to have a kid. She's almost 40. Yeah, she is. But that's the problem with putting off marriage for so long, is that, yeah, that's what happens. You know, you put a rush on everything else once you do find that person. So would I say she's marriageable? Well, she's feminine. She appears to be friendly. Even when the chat started questioning her and pressing back on her, we didn't really see her break down and you know, catch an attitude or anything like that. So I would say she's friendly. Cooperative, yeah, we covered that. So we got 3 out of 6. I say, yeah, she seems marriageable to me. She's marriageable to the guy who's looking for a feminine, friendly, and cooperative woman. So let's move on to the next one. And you know what? I'm gonna have to talk about that later as far as the well, y'all gonna have to check out some of my previous videos, because I go into more detail about what I think is a good age to get married, and why I think it's that age, and yes, it is below 30. But there are some other things there, and it's a long conversation. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, because that's not what we're here to do. So check out some of my other videos and we'll get there. But let's move on.
If I have any men, thank you. What's going on over here? Hello?
Hi.
You ready?
Yeah, I literally just took out this most giantest beetle, and it like them giant things I had to put out the window. But like, yes, I'm here.
Okay, what's your name, babe?
Harmony. My name's Harmony. What's going on, Kendra?
Chris says, I think you said 25. I do say 25. Yeah. But let's keep going because that's a rabbit hole conversation. I might do another live stream where we talk about the big problems in our community and possible solutions. So, matter of fact, we should do a live stream on that. I have to make a note for that later. But let's keep going, though.
I'm good, Harmony. Where you calling me from, baby?
I'm calling from Rhode Island, Providence.
Rhode Island. How old are you?
I'm 31. Oh no, it froze up. It froze up. What happened? Something happened. I don't know. Am I on still? What happened?
Do we need to skip ahead? Yeah, I think we do. And she's
go
smoking.
Harmony, it was me.
Oh, okay, yep. That's why I didn't leave. I was like, I'm gonna just wait, make sure maybe it will work out, maybe it won't. I'm gonna stay.
Okay. All right, we here. Harmony, Rhode Island. How old are you?
31.
31. What do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm doing stocks investments. I do day trading.
Okay, and then you're smoking.
Okay.
You see, you smoke
A
cigarettes.
cigarette. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I smoke cigarettes.
Is that a cat behind you?
No, it's my dog.
Oh, it's a dog. I thought I saw a tail.
Yeah.
All right.
He's over there.
Okay. So we got Harmony, Rhode Island, 37. She
31.
31. I apologize. 31.
That's okay.
31. She does stocks and day trading. You have any children?
No,
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm Aquarius.
Aquarius. All right, boo. What kind of man you looking for, babe?
I am looking for a genuine, like, old school type man that is like chivalrous, like not in like giving money and things, but like opening the door, standing up for his woman, that type of thing. Honesty is really hard to come by nowadays. So
No,
I'm
it's
looking for
not.
someone honest and
No.
truthful and
Man, we keep saying this. People keep saying this stuff indirectly. Well, honest man is hard to come by. No, they're not. They're not. That should be. When are we going to get to the point where we just stop? So we're just going to assume that people are being honest, and so you don't have to. It gets annoying to start hearing that. It's constantly, well, I want somebody who's not abusive. That should be understood because we're not expecting you to come on here and say that you're looking for someone abusive. That's just ridiculous. It's the same thing. Well, I want somebody that's going to lie to me all the time. No one's looking for that. It should be understood. I think what's happening is this is a surface level conversation, and if we can't peel back the layers and get to the actual things that you're looking for, we're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to get the same old responses from guys and the same old type of guys that you've been attracting. Got to peel some layers back.
like that's one of my pet peeves is a liar. I can't deal with that. I don't like lying, and I know you're lying, so don't just try to lie because it's not going to work. And that's that.
What's some deal breakers?
So being a liar, that would be a deal breaker. Not being faithful, that's another deal breaker. Also, I would like somebody that believes in God. That's important to me because I have this tattoo on this side, and that was when I felt my relationship with God like fell to pieces, but like I rebuilt that relationship with God. So I would like to also have somebody that also believes in God.
Okay. Could he have kids?
Yeah. And I don't mind that. It's just it depends on what the relationship is with their baby mom.
Yeah, with baby mom. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Harmony, Rhode Island, 31. Do you want kids yourself?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Does he have to be in Rhode Island?
Preferably, but like I'm willing to go like a little bit, around the East Coast a little bit. That's not a thing.
Okay. All right, boo. Let's
Makes sense.
Kendra Cam.
Oh, dear Lord Jesus.
Dear Lord Jesus.
All right. I'm a little skinny thing.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have a bad body.
I'm a little skinny thing.
She's a little skinny thing. This is
Yeah.
Harmony Rhode Island 31. When was your last relationship?
Oh, that's such a terrible question.
Why?
Because it was about 6 years ago.
Oh
6
man,
years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have to
that means that her relationship skills. Yeah,
answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
no right answer to that.
About a month ago.
Okay. Is that guy an option?
No.
Why not?
It's my downstairs neighbor, but
Oh
no.
man, come on.
Was it your first time having sex?
Yeah, and it was like a one-time type deal thing. Nothing more than that.
Translation: if you're gonna be with me, you got to worry about the guy downstairs. That's why I said there is no right answer to that question. A lady doesn't discuss such things in a public forum where thousands of people are going to be watching. No right answer to that. And I saw what you typed there, Chris. You were right. Oh man.
Was it not? It can't be a relationship.
No. No.
So was it awkward when y'all see each other or no?
No, we're still like, hey, what's a good neighbor? What's going on? Whatever. It's not awkward. It's just what it is.
Just what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you saw him with a new girl, it wouldn't bother you.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay. What's the age range you would date, Harmony?
Probably at least 30 to, I'll say to like 43, 30 to 43.
30 to 43. All right.
Makes sense.
Harmony, what are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
My patience, for sure. Patience is one of them. Self-control, which I've gotten a lot better at. It's a big one. And not assuming somebody's has bad intentions, even if they don't, but I automatically assume that.
That they have bad intentions.
Translation: she sees the worst in people. She's not that trusting. You know, which her saying that actually confirmed something that I picked up on, and I'll bring it up in the when we get to the end of this one.
Yeah.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm honest and I'm trustworthy. You can trust me with anything unless you do some like crazy shit, then like I'm sorry, you're on your own with that. But otherwise, like, yeah, I'm just like the normal girl that is in a relationship with somebody. I'm not trying to play you. I'm not trying to cheat you out of anything, out of any of your money or anything like that. Just like a regular girl or woman looking for a regular dude.
Regular girl looking for a regular dude. This is Harmony, Rhode Island 31. She does want to have kids. Oh, what's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. You told me that. Aquarius. She does stocks and day trading. No kids. Does want kids one day. All right, boo. Well, how can the guy reach out to you, honey?
My name is right there. That's my Facebook. And I'm
That's
usually
your full
on
name for
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yep.
She has an Instagram, but hasn't posted anything. So, and it's probably that's not worth looking at. So this one was interesting because I don't think she has any kids. I never heard her say anything about that. So now the big question: is she marriageable? Well, she's fit. I'm going to step out on a limb and say she's cooperative, even though she gave a bunch of the signals that says she's not. Because when women start talking about negative attributes from a man, a liar and cheater and all this other stuff, it generally tends to make them look less cooperative. But also remember what she said. She's willing to move or move around. She didn't say that, I can date somebody who's not here. It's okay. He doesn't have to be. She said that she's willing to travel. which tells me, and she also said that she would be okay if the guy had kids as long as the relationship between the child's mother is workable. So yeah, I would say she's cooperative. The age range, she did give a pretty broad age range. Most women in their 30s usually date up in age. They very rarely do they go down to a guy in their 20s. But yeah, and then now I got two categories here with side notes. The first one is, she said, is submission, because she said she's looking for a traditional guy. Now, whether or not, I don't think that makes her submissive, but I think it brings up an interesting point, because when women say that, the first thing that should come to you guys' mind is, okay, she's looking for a traditional guy. Is she going to be a traditional woman? So you gotta start paying attention to that. The other thing Chris says is she's kind of masculine. Yeah, I was gonna get to that. The biggest thing about, here's the thing. Is she dressed feminine? Yes, she is. She's got her hair pulled back. She's wearing spaghetti straps. So she's got earrings on. She does look feminine. However, one thing that would counteract that is, well, two things really. The smoking. Smoking is for whatever reason, has a lot of places has been branded as a masculine thing to do. The other thing is her career choice or her job. She's a day trader. You call me sexist, whatever, but most of the time when somebody says day trader, most people think man. Now, again, that is a sexist thing to do, or a sexist thing to say. I know, but this is still, what do you call it? I guess it's a social norm. So the other thing is that's kind of sketchy, because again, it's another woman who has issues with patience and is impulsive. You're day trading and you're impulsive. That's not a good combination. Her voice, I mean, that's debatable. To Chris says it's her voice. To Chris, again, yeah, that makes sense. But there's some guys out here who are that's not a big as thing as the smoking and what she does for work. So, I mean, it could go either way. The real question though is that, is she marriageable? Well, yeah. Again, I mean, we've got three qualities here. If you're concerned now, hold on, I gotta address this. Being impulsive actually speaks to the smoking. This again, if you're trying to have a kid, well, if you have a problem with being impulsive, are you going to be able to quit smoking during the pregnancy? Chris says, I thought Day Trader was a cover for OnlyFans, but you said she doesn't have an Instagram. Yeah, she don't have an Instagram. She just got a Facebook, and Facebook is, well, let's just leave it at that. I'm not going to look up her Facebook because I don't even think I'm logged into Facebook at this point, but yeah. So again, what kind of, who is this woman marriageable to? If you're a guy, you're looking for somebody who's fit, who's in shape, who's cooperative, and who's childless. There you go. I mean, and there's room for improvement there, obviously, because yeah. Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna move on to the next one because this is yeah. Guys, remember to like the video. And let's move on to the next one, which is a guy. We're not going to stop there. We're going to keep moving to the next young lady.
Let me see who's up in here. Who's this? Hello?
Hi.
Let's see. Is your Wi-Fi good? Let me make sure you're clear.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it. I'm on my computer, so hopefully.
Oh, that's a straight webcam right there.
What's your name, honey?
Jasmine.
Jasmine, how old are you?
31.
31. 31. Where you calling
She looks
us
younger
from,
than
Jasmine?
that.
San Diego, California.
San Diego, California. So soft spoken. You have any kids?
No.
No kids. What do you do for a living?
I've been working for a temp agency, and the last 2 jobs that I've had with them have been nonprofit work as a receptionist, and
Okay.
it's been fun.
All right. Jasmine 31, San Diego, no kids. Tip agency. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Leo. What kind of man
Yep.
you looking for, Jasmine?
Um, I want a God-fearing man. And ideally, if he was down to like keep all the commandments with me, that would be most ideal. But the main thing, I mean, obviously, like,
We talked about this in the last episode. When you get these women who come on here and they lead with God and religion, where's your pastor at? Why is he not trying to help you find a suitable husband? Because sometimes it comes off as, it's just like, it makes you wonder if they have all these they're hiding behind God instead of trying to find an actual husband. Because again, if you're really into the church like that, then your pastor should be helping you. That's who should be vetting the guys for you, because they're going to have the inside track on that. So, you know what? Well, let's keep going. I don't want to. This might be the exception. You never know. So,
honesty and loyalty are important. A chivalrous man is something important to me. I like a man that opens my doors and, like, will carry my bag.
yeah, again, she's looking for a traditional man. So the first question we got to ask, is she a traditional woman?
And things like that. But yeah, the God-fearing man is like the key component. And as far as like liberty, if he's in love with pork, then we're not gonna be a fit. Like,
Is he in love with pork, or do you mean if he eats pork?
I mean, if he's in love with it, like if he's open, like, because for me, like, I keep my liberty is centered around following the Bible and trying to keep God's laws, not just the 10 commandments. And so I focus on what the Bible says is clean. And so it's important to me that my children are not going to be eating pork. My children are not going to be eating shellfish and things like that. So a deal breaker for me would be a man that, if he's open to letting go of pork, great. If he's not, totally cool. If he doesn't eat pork at all, that's obviously ideal. But I'm open if he's open to adjusting. But I get, like, I grew up in the church, so I get that, like, there's conditioning that we all have sometimes as a people. Oh, another thing that's really important to me is he has to be, like, Black. Like, if he's not, like, that's ideal for me. If he's like Latino, I'm open to Latino and I guess Native American, but really I want a Black man. That's like ideal for me.
The way you said Latino, I naturally assume that you're more Black. Are you mixed with anything?
I have Mexican roots in me, and I'm Creole. I'm a lot of Creole, and I have some Native American. But
do you consider yourself as a Black woman, or do you consider yourself?
Yeah,
Creole?
yes, I'm a Black woman. I'm
Okay.
a Black woman.
So back to the Bible. Do you follow the Bible to the T, all the commandments?
I don't know every single law that's in there because there's a lot. So I seek to do that, but I don't know every single one by heart to say that I'm wholeheartedly incorporating every single one. But my lifestyle is centered around keeping the Sabbath, eating what the Bible says is clean, and just.
Do you believe in not having sex until you're married?
That would be ideal.
Big question.
For me.
Great
but
question.
I am divorced and I am not a virgin, so. But if a man is willing.
What does the Bible say about divorce? But the good news is that if she is divorced, that means that she has made it all the way down the aisle. So she can. She is looking for marriage. But I'd be interested to know if she had any kids and how long was she married for, because that's going to say a lot. And who vetted that man? Who vetted her husband for her? it's also be interesting because that brings up a lot more questions. Because again, it's obvious that she is living a religious lifestyle, right? But again, what does the Bible say about divorce? And if you're still in the church, is her ex-husband still in the church? Makes just more questions. Let's keep going.
Willing to practice that with me, that would be most ideal.
When did you get divorced?
I officially got divorced in 2021, but I had to leave my ex-husband on January 25th of 2019 because he was physically abusive, and so that's why I had to file for divorce, and he didn't want to sign.
Okay, again, I always say this when women come with these stories like this, especially in her case, because she has such a religious background and she sticks to it. She doesn't strike me as somebody who, I just all of a sudden found religion. It seems like she's been doing this it's a lifestyle with her. Who vetted her husband or her ex-husband? How did the two of them get together? Because there should have been some, well, you know what? We're going to keep moving because I don't want to, it might be a waste of time asking those questions because Kendra's probably not going to go there. So.
Well, I'm happy you're out of that. I'm sorry you went through that. Okay. So this is Jasmine 31 Leo. So we got to your deal breakers. Does the guy have to look a certain way?
I mean, like I said, the key component to me is he's got to be melanated. Like, I'm 5 feet, so if he's taller than me, that's definitely preferred. But it doesn't take much to be taller than me. And those are like the major key factors for me as far as looks go. I don't have a set idea. I want whoever God, chooses for me, but I'm not really on social media and stuff like that. So I really appreciate your show and your platform and what you're doing for us, and like, you're the bomb and you're really beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I received that, Jasmine. I do.
Very
So does the guy have to make a certain amount of money?
I don't have a set amount of money in mind. I'm not materialistic per se, but I do have a certain liberty that I maintain and like kind of need to be maintained. So like, I eat very clean. I'm very choosy with what I eat. Like no red 40 dye, no high fructose corn syrup, things like that. I'm very choosy about like staying away from the top 5 GMO crops. So investing money in food is something that's important to me. I'm very clean when it comes to like natural products that I put on my body. I'm very choosy on the products that I choose to put on my body. So those are things that I would like need to be able to be upheld, but I don't have a set financial expectation.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam, Jasmine.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I guess you. So this is.
Yeah, you have great shape. I mean, this is what happens when you eat very healthy.
Giving thanks.
So, Jasmine, when was your last relationship?
Is she in like a storeroom? Man, maybe I'm hoping that's like a second bedroom because, well, she did say she's not materialistic, so that would explain a lot. There are a couple things going on here, but Chris says that means she shops at Sprouts and Whole Foods, very expensive. Yeah, that's why she was hinting around what the when if the guy needs to make a certain amount of money. I picked up on that too, but let's keep going.
My last relationship actually ended in 2021, so I admit I was separated legally. I wasn't legally separated. I had been separated from my ex-husband, like I mentioned, since 2019. But when I got out of that bad situation, I ended up being in a relationship for 2 years, and it ended in March 2021. So that wasn't good that I participated in adultery. I acknowledge that, but that's what happened.
Wow.
Whoa. Don't be too hard on yourself. honey. Life is about lessons, and I love the church too, but everybody in church is
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. So this woman, she was married. She left her husband. I'm assuming when she left him, she just really just moved out of a bad situation, and then she got into a relationship that was, what did she say, 2 years or however many years it was, and she actually considered that adultery. The fact that she owned up to that, you get she gets accountability. I mean, wow. And she admitted to that on camera. Didn't have to do that. Because she could have just said that, yeah, after my marriage was over, I met another guy and we were in a relationship, but it just didn't work out. But she actually called it and said, yes, I was technically still married at the time and I did commit adultery. Wow. Let's keep going.
not perfect, and they may
Yeah.
not, and they may not expose all their things that they've done against the Bible, but don't be too hard on yourself.
Okay, given thanks. And just for the record, I don't actually go to church.
Oh, you don't go to church, so that's not important to you.
Whoa.
No, the thing that's most important to me
Okay.
is that I keep the Sabbath. So for the last couple years, like for the last 2 years, solid pretty much, I have been keeping the Sabbath from Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown, and spending time with God, focusing on the Word.
Okay, that answers the question about why the pastor's not helping her find a husband, because she's not going to church. So, that's not you. That's unusual, and we're probably not going to. Kendra's probably not going to leave that topic alone. But I personally would want to know like a lot more questions, like what is it that gives her this conviction, this strong conviction with following the Bible, but you're not physically going to church. The whole point of, well, you know what, this ain't that kind of channel, so let's keep going.
But I've just always had a strong relationship with Christ, who's a black man. So
Y'all been listening. Black Jesus is very popular on tonight's show. I had one girl who told me if you believe in white Jesus, she can't date you, but she can date you if you believe in black Jesus. And you came back with black Jesus, so Jesus is black tonight, child. He black every night.
yeah, for the record.
No, let's not.
Okay.
That's a whole nother. I don't like to deep dive in religion because all it does is cause a lot of debates. But back
I
with
feel
you.
you. I feel
Back,
you.
back with you, honey. All right, what are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
I'm loyal to the bone, and that is a strength, but also a weakness. I am disciplined, but I have not been disciplined enough to become bilingual. So that's definitely a weakness of mine, because I would like to homeschool my children and have them be trilingual or something, and I'm not multilingual.
That's not a
What's
weakness.
another thing that is, I'm not, since I used to live in Atlanta from 2013 to 2021, but since I've been back home, I'm from Dago, born and raised, but since I've been back home, I have not been living on my own. So that is another weak point of mine.
Okay, that explains the
I'm
room
not
then.
self-sufficient in that regard. I stay working, but I'm not self-sufficient in that regard. I have a car, lots of books.
Do you stay with your parents or a friend?
My grandparents.
Your grandparents. Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because as long as he's a God-fearing man and God wills the union, I will happily submit to my husband and serve my husband.
Saw that coming.
And I know that I am a very loyal and dedicated partner who would seek to just study and know my partner inside and out, and feed him lots of good stuff, lots of healthy, yummy stuff. And I'm into natural health and wellness, so I have a whole herbal cabinet that I could supply him with. And I don't have any children yet, but I'm the oldest of 7 girls, so I have had experience with helping raise children. And so I believe that I will be a wonderful mother when that time comes.
Wow.
Let's do it. So you're not on social media, so you want the guy to email you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And
There was a lot here, especially in the past couple minutes. Okay, is she marriageable? Let's run down this, right? She's not overweight. She gives very feminine vibes off, right? She is friendly. She has like a bubbly personality. Cooperative. We'll come back to there. Submissive. Yeah, I kind of saw the submission coming when she starts talking about her values as far as her religion. Women who in that time period in the Bible, you don't have any choice but to be submissive, especially if you want to get married. And she looks to continue that trend. But if you notice, she said it's for the right guy. And that's understandable. That's the way it should be, right? And she's childless. I mean, she hit multiple points. The last few seconds, we found out that she has a spirit of service. Now, the downside is the cooperation. Initially, I was thinking that she is very much cooperative, but if we look at it as a whole, she's only cooperative to a very small percentage of men, because you have to meet the standard that she has, while most usually it's the other way around. Women will have a bunch of standards as far as the surface level stuff, right? He needs to be X height, and he needs to make X amount of dollars, and he needs to look like, six pack and all this other stuff. She actually didn't have any requirements with that stuff. Her deal breakers are more so about that relate to character, which I think that a lot of women out here could take a cue from that. But that's also why I don't think she is cooperative, because she's not cooperative to the vast majority of the male population. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, because again, you still got she's not overweight, she's feminine, she's friendly, she's childless, she's looking for marriage, and she's submissive. If you're the right guy, as far as this will probably be the only time I ever say that being submissive to the right guy is a plus. Because usually what happens is that we get women on here who say that, but then they have these extreme standards that, it's a small percentage of the population as far as what the guy can control. I only want to date guys who are 6 feet up. I would only marry, my husband has to be over 6 feet tall, but guys can't control that. With this woman, the things that she is looking for, the deal breakers that she has, most men are in control of. It's just that not a lot of guys are going to take the time out and have the discipline to measure up, but they can. So that's what I'm saying. This is definitely a plus, because she's requiring you to be at the top of your game. So yeah, is she 100% marriageable? I wish her the best though. But I think her biggest issue is going to be finding somebody to help her vet men. If she says she lives with her grandparents, hopefully her granddad is around and can help do that, because, that's going to be tough. But I wish her the best of luck, though. Yeah, Chris. You see, Chris says 5 out of 6. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's ultra rare for that to happen.
So I am a prayer warrior 31 at gmail.com.
That's me.
So now, because you talk so much about religion,
we got some
Bible,
more.
Would you date a guy that wants to go to church often?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I can hang as long as he could respect that I want to keep the Sabbath and that I want my children to keep the Sabbath. I have no problem going to church. I can receive, God can speak to me no matter where I'm at. So I have no problem going to church, but that would be on the condition that he's comfortable and supportive of me keeping the Sabbath during those times.
And what is the age range you would date again? You're 31.
Yeah, I'm open to a little bit younger than me if he's mature, but I think the highest I might be willing to go, I don't know the full answer to this, maybe max 50, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
You would date a man that age?
I don't know. I'm not, I haven't thought the age range part through. All I know is, if you're hitting closer to my papa's age, then that's definitely a no-go. But
I think the reason why she hasn't thought about that is because the requirements that she has, the deal breakers, usually that's going to knock a lot of the guys out of the running. So just like with the superficial stuff, as far as when Kendra asked her about what type of man you're looking for, she didn't have any real she didn't have a real answer for that question. And it's usually because, again, she's judging men based on character. And if most guys are not matching up, the ones that do finally match up, she's not going to get caught up on that surface level stuff. So let's keep going. I think this one's done, though, because, yeah, we can go ahead and move on to the next one.
Went on. You in the back?
Now, this lady, I think I saw her near the end. So let's take a pit stop here and see what happens.
Hi, girl. You in the bed? Hi. Tamika? Wait, we heard you. Now we hear you. Tamika? Tamika, boo.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Tamika. You ready, honey?
Hi, how are you?
Tamika, can you hear me? Are you ready, baby girl?
Yeah, it's my dog right here. I'm ready.
All right, Tamika, where you calling us from, honey?
It's delayed though, so.
Where you calling me from, baby girl?
Yeah.
Tamika, I'm gonna come back to you because I don't know what's going on. I don't want no delays.
Yeah, that's
on
yeah.
IG, child. I mean on YouTube. Hello?
Oh my gosh! Hey!
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Kayla.
Kayla, where you calling me from?
I'm calling from Houston.
Houston, how old are you?
I'm 27.
27. What you do for a living?
Yeah, so I was a teacher, but now I work in education technologies.
Okay. You have any children?
I do. I have a 5-year-old.
5-year-old. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries, but I'm not really into zodiac.
Okay, so I respect it. So Kayla Houston, 27, educational technology, has a 5-year-old, a girl or a boy?
It's a girl.
A girl. What kind of man you looking for, Kayla?
Great question, right? I'm looking for someone who is manly. I date a lot of African men, so traditional men, I guess, is something I'm looking for. A man that has a dad. Man that has a dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, a man that has a dad. All right. Any deal breakers?
Deal breakers are shorter than me. I'm 5'5", so you should be taller than me. Living with parents is a deal breaker, and more than one baby mama is a deal breaker.
So, how about kids?
He can have kids if he can have 2 kids, but one baby mama.
One baby mama.
Okay.
All right, Kayla.
Understandable.
Does he have to look a certain way?
No, looks aren't really important to me. It's the character and values.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Yeah, he has to make enough to sustain a family. I do work, but I don't plan on working. Like when I have another kid, I didn't work with this kid. So if you don't have enough to sustain a family, whatever that amount may be, then you're not the one for me.
Okay. You say you didn't work.
Okay, we're going to have to break that one down because I see Kendra's not going to do that. Translation, you need to support me and my child. Stepdad is going to she's looking for a stepdad who's going to pay all the bills. And she lives in Houston. So we're going to look this one up right now. Income in Houston, Texas for men. Okay, so this is an interesting point because I don't think we've come across this yet, right? So average income for men in Houston, Texas is $35,000, right? Okay, so if she's telling you need to make enough to take care of me and 2 kids, right? Then that means that you need to be making. Let me pull up the calculator here, because you basically need to be able to replace her income. So 35 plus 25 is, you need to be making at least 60. So you need to be making twice what the average man is making, more or less, right? More or less around there. Yeah, this is okay. You see why it's important? Well, we got to learn how to break this stuff down. Chris is saying 100K man. Yeah, probably. I mean, if I did a YouTube short about why women keep asking for, why they say 100K, women don't know numbers like that. Because again, if you ask them for women, that's why she said the answer that she did, because she left it very ambiguous. But all the signs are pointing to that, is that you need to take care of me and my 5-year-old daughter, plus any future kids we have. So, you know what? Let's keep going.
Work when you had your first child.
Yeah.
So if you have another kid, only if you don't have to work.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I'm going to have another kid, so I'm not going to be working when the baby is small.
So he has to make enough money to make sure he can hold down all the bills.
Yes.
So you're not working with the baby when you're pregnant, or just when the baby's small? Period. Hello, Kayla?
Sorry. Can you hear me?
I can. So you're saying once the baby is small, period, you're not working?
Period, yeah.
So when would you start working again?
Probably when my child is about 2.
Okay. You've been married before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you want to get married this time? Kayla, what's going on, honey?
Hold on, Kendra. People keep calling me. I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. I think people are going to my Instagram and finding my number on my business page. Sorry.
Why do you have your number on Instagram?
I have a business page. I do catering. So my cooking page is in my Instagram bio, so they're going to my...
Yeah, I'm looking at her Instagram now, and
stop calling her.
Stop calling me.
All right, so that was the how much money he had to make question, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay. Hey, she's adamant. So you do want another kid, and the man you have a kid with has to know you are not working during that.
Yeah, I want multiple kids because I just want to.
So,
okay.
Translation: I'm not going. Wow, this just keeps getting better and better. Okay, so you're not working while you're having for the first 2 years of the child's life. Okay, but you want to have multiple kids. So, she just need to come out and say it. The guy needs to pay all the bills. That would be easier than having this ambiguous stuff and leaving it open ended. Like, just say it.
Oh, you want multiple kids, so you don't feel like. So you're not gonna work again once you get kids.
Yeah.
Kind of. I do a lot of like home. Even with my daughter, she goes to school because she's in a bilingual program. But I do like a lot of home school stuff. That's what I plan for my children. They can't.
You know what? I'll retract my previous statement. Chris is right. She's looking for a guy who's making 100K plus. Because that's where we at. Because let's see, Chris says she doesn't want to work for a good 10 years minimum. And even then, you got 10 years out the workforce. What kind of job you expect to have with that big of a gap in your resume? So, like, no, she's looking for a guy's 100K man. Let's keep going. Do I want to show her Instagram now? Nah, we can wait. Let's go.
And go to school, but if my man is able to take care of all of us, it's no reason to. We can educate, live at home.
I thought it was a requirement. That's the way you made it seem.
It's a requirement when my child is small, but if you can sustain us for a long period, that's even better.
Well, I mean, this will be for each child. You said you want more than one kid, right? So.
My daughter's already 5. I'm 27. By the time I have my next kids, they're probably going to be recurrent, like every year, and then I'll be done. So that's only taken me out the game for what, like 5 or 6 years.
So for 5 or 6 years, he has to be able to control all the bills. Just what we got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Let's see how I can do that.
Okay. We see you, baby. Ooh, turn around. Show that butt. The women, y'all love to change. Y'all love to show the butt, y'all. So this is Kayla. Does he have to be in Houston?
No, I'm open.
He can have kids already, right?
Yeah, but if he's not in Houston, don't be talking about you're not want. I see a lot of men on here saying they're not taking care of people, flying people out, or flying to meet nobody. I don't want that. If you're not in Houston,
What I tell
you have to be willing.
What I tell you, that's why I said what I said, because this whole notion that, oh yeah, well, he can live other places. That's not no. The only way that works is if if the woman is willing to travel, she's willing to buy her own plane ticket and come to see the guy. What she just said is 100% accurate. Well, no, he has to come and see me. He has to fly. He has to come see me, and he has to pay for the plane ticket, or he has to fly me out. That means that you're not doing long distance. That's not going to work. Let's keep going.
Willing to accommodate something.
So what I have heard lately is men might be like, I'm not flying you out, but we could fly to meet somewhere. Or are you saying if he's not in Houston, he has to fly you out?
No. We can meet somewhere. I could pay for my flight, but that's about it.
So he has to pay for the hotel if you guys meet somewhere.
He does.
Okay. So she paid for her flight, but you gotta take care of everything else. Okay. When was your last relationship, Kayla?
My last relationship ended like January, February of this year.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
No right answer to that.
Yeah, not answering.
No worries.
All right, there you go.
What are 3 things you think you have to work on?
That is hard. I'm perfect. All right, I'm just kidding. 3 things I probably have to work on are, I see a lot of like girls who have, or women on here that are just kind of falling in love with every guy, thinking every guy is the right one. I do that too. So I kind of make believe things in my head, even though they're not actually there. So kind of just figuring out what exactly I'm looking for is 1. 2, I can control my mouth a little bit better. Sometimes when I'm upset, I just fly off at the mouth. But my last relationship actually really helped me with that because the guy was kind and patient. So I'm working on it. And then the last thing, just kind of like being confident in myself and what I have to offer, so I'm not looking for it in someone else.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
First thing, I cook really, really well, like extremely well, so we're eating good. I'm really family oriented, so if it is a man that wants a family, hopefully you're going to get that with me. Like, I don't have a problem taking care of kids and doing home type of things. And I'm fun. Like, it's a good time over here.
It's a good time over here. Let's do it. It's Kayla, Houston, 27. What is your age range?
Like 33 to 49.
Oh, you go older.
Oh yeah, like a looks, age, that doesn't matter. And the younger guys really are not. I mean, I'll make exceptions, but they're usually not trying to settle down. They still look good at 27.
Okay, and they're not trying to settle down. And you don't care about looks. You just care about he could take care of you and the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. It's educational technology. He already has a 5-year-old.
Makes sense.
How can the guy reach out to you, baby girl?
I put my Instagram. It looks like people were already following me, so you can follow me on Instagram. I have Facebook, but it's not.
Instagram's fine. Princess K, is it K Nicole?
Yes.
Princess K Nicole, and it's at the bottom of the screen. All right, baby girl.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at her Instagram. I'm not seeing anything extravagant here. Now, she did mention some kind of business. I'm guessing that's what She's going to H Mart. Yeah, so summer activities with kids, part 2. Doing the family thing. It's 1. Yeah, more seafood stuff. Okay, it's you know what? Her Instagram looks like she is a mom. I'm not gonna knock her for that. It's you know what? What I'm really looking for here is, are there any thirst traps? And there aren't. So I think the Instagram looks fine. It's presentable. Let's go ahead and run through the list. She is feminine. She's friendly. Well, actually, I would say she's definitely feminine, because she talks about she listed a lot of attributes that most guys would look for in the mother of their children, which is a definite plus. She's friendly. When she mentioned about she is looking for love, or she is overly trusting, I think that falls in the category of friendly. Most women start off like that, but because they're not using, because a lot of women aren't using the vetting process, they end up getting damaged, and then they're not trusting. So if she seems like she still is, so that's a definite plus. And the last one I'm gonna say is she is cooperative. Now, initially I didn't think so, because she's got the income requirement, right? But the fact that she is willing to compromise on the, what is it, initial attraction, what do you call it? I guess features, tells me that, okay, I want this guy to pay all the bills, but in order for him to, I'm willing to give up these other things that are on the surface level because of that. Kendra even called it out. She says that you just care if he can take care of the family. Understandable. I get it now. But I would say that with a woman like this, you need to pay attention to what she is cooperating on, because again, this woman you're gonna be working to, like, she's not gonna cooperate with you on that. She will do it for other things, and she actually listed those things too, because if what she's saying is if you're the breadwinner, then I'm going to take care of the kids and home, and you're not going to be responsible for those things. That's a very traditional attitude to have. Even the whole, it should also be noted that when I say traditional woman, I'm not talking about this twisted definition that we have when you watch all this other relationship content, to where, well, I just want to be a stay-at-home wife and the man is supposed to work. That's not traditional. I don't know where we get that from. That's traditional for rich people. Our history is, because I'm talking about African Americans here, black people, we've always worked. Think about it, from the times of slavery, there have always been, up until recently, there were jobs that were just reserved for women. Housekeeper, waitress, teacher, nurse. There's a couple of other ones too, that these jobs were traditionally held down by women. Caregivers, another one, like the babysitter, the nanny. So we have always worked. It's just a matter of, well, we're not even going to get into that right now, because again, we'll start going down the rabbit hole. But the point is that, is she marriageable? I think so. I think that it's a, the amount of men, I think she's going to need help with vetting the guys, because that income thing is the biggest thing that's keeping her single right now, as far as we can tell, just on the surface. But yeah, if there was some leeway into that, I think you would have. Yeah, I think she would get. Yeah, I think you would have something there. But we're gonna move on. Got another guy here, guys. Make sure you're liking the video, and let's see. We have 7 likes. Engagement is looking good. Appreciate the help on that one, Chris. But let's keep going. Let's see. Got another guy here. Here we go. Getting near the end here.
The plus. Let's get a girl now.
Girl,
Hello.
hey, how you doing?
Good. Is your name Kima?
Kima Love from Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right, we getting right into it. How old are you, Kima Love?
I'm 33.
33. What do you do for a living?
I am a neo soul singer and I'm top flight security.
Wow.
You're a security and you sing? Give me 20 seconds.
20 seconds of my vocals.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Because you had me nervous. I didn't know you was going to click on me and I was rolling up. All right. See if it's love, 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 love that you want, yeah. Then I can.
Chris has mentioned the tattoo. You should also take a look at the nails here. But let's keep coming. I'm trying to pull up her Instagram because apparently it's a popular name. But give me a second.
Love, 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 love you long. Is that good?
Okay. What you rolling up? They're telling me you're rolling up too.
Yeah, rolling up some good old ganja.
Okay. All right, let's keep going. Do you have any kids, Kima?
Yes, I do, love. I have two, a boy and a girl.
How old are your children?
My oldest is 10. Well, she's going to be 10, and my youngest is 5.
Okay, both by the same man?
No.
No. Have you ever been married?
No, ma'am. I've been engaged.
Engaged. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries.
Why didn't you get married?
Due to the fact that I've seen red flags. My mom has all girls. My daddy has all boys. Red flags just made me take notes and move on. I'm a young woman, and I have kids, so it's either that.
Red flags make you take note and move on, but you still had his baby. So what was
that or this? I don't understand confusion.
Okay. So we got Kima Love, Raleigh, North Carolina, 32, Aries, a neo-soul singer and top flight security, she said. 2 children. What kind of man you looking for, baby?
I think I like what I like. I need somebody thick that can handle me. I'm pretty small and petite. Somebody that has a good career path. Someone who's outgoing. Someone who's, I like foreign.
You like men out of the country?
I like foreign. They could be in the country too. They could just be visiting.
Okay, you like foreign men.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a lot of men in Africa that watch that's willing to come over for you.
Yeah, okay, so about that. Okay, so when I say foreign, I think I might like let me specify. I take a Puerto Rican, Dominican. I do an Arab.
Okay.
I might isolate them, you know.
Woo, assalamualaikum, child.
okay?
What's some deal breakers, Kima?
Bad breath, a lying person, bad breath and a lying person, and bad hygiene and a liar, breaker, and being with the door open.
With the door open. Does he have to look a certain way?
You have to be attractive.
Okay.
Because I look like this, but I know I can look like that. You know.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Well, I'm rich in spirit, so I'm not gonna judge anybody. Just don't come, you got to make something.
Okay. Let's do the kids or cam, Kima. Oh, you gotta stand up.
Stand up? Do I gotta stand up?
Yes. Okay, we see you, buddy. You look good. You have a good shape. Ooh, turn around, do the boot. Okay. Oh. Kima, when was your last relationship?
5 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Don't answer.
A good month ago. It was with a girl.
So are you looking for a woman tonight or men only?
I'm open-minded.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I was only asking about men. So women, are they the same criteria that you gave?
Yeah, no. See, I'm not interested in a thicker woman. I would like a femme, a woman that looks as good as me when I do dress up and step out. someone who's not too ratchet. I think I want to be the only ratchet one. Somebody who can level me when I'm doing too much, you know, give me that look. Not be my mom, not be my aunt, but give me that, like, all right, come on, gotta get it together. Because, you know, I speak my mind, I'm an Aries. So
She wants to be the ratchet one.
Aries. Could the woman have kids and can the guy have kids?
I think in this time, for the man can have a child, but the girl, I don't think I want her to have any kids. I want a single woman with no kids.
Okay. Do you want them separately, or will you be interested in having them at the same time?
Say what?
Would it be separate situations, or could this be a joint relationship?
I'm not interested in sharing, so it have to be separate.
Got you. Okay. What are 3 flaws you have to work on, Kima?
Me?
Yes.
My mouth, my delivery. Okay, so my delivery, the way I dress, you know. And the way I sing my songs and make these men fall in love.
That's a bad thing, the way you sing your songs?
Okay.
Yeah. I make them fall. Sometimes I just be misleading. I just know
She mentioned her clothing. We're going to get to that.
how I feel to love someone. Let me stop playing with you, Kendra. I'm sorry. I'm not playing with you, Kendra. I'm just being.
Well, we're almost at the end. Why would a man or a woman be lucky to be with you?
Why wouldn't?
Why would they?
Well, because I'm great. I have an awesome personality. I pray. I manifest a lot of things that come to light. I'm just a
manifested.
She's a conqueror. What's the age range you want to do? You're 32.
I will take 28 and up. Stop at 45.
And do they have to be in Raleigh, North Carolina?
No, ma'am. Where you at? Where you at, Kendra?
I live in LA.
I'm trying to, Kendra, tell them holla at me. Holla at me.
Does he have to fly you, or does she have to fly you to a different location?
Do he have? Yeah, I want to be taken away. Yes. Don't want to bring him here. So I do. Yeah, I want to be taken away. I'll meet him somewhere.
All right, Kima, let's do it. How can they reach out to you, baby?
Oh, can I say something?
You sure can.
Okay, so make sure, you know, once you reach out, my Instagram is love.kima. That's LOVE.kima. And I have music on YouTube, and it's Kima Love on all platforms. So
okay. So, you know what? I'm actually looking at her music page, which would explain a lot. And so we're going to try and see if she has a personal page. And I think this is it. Hold on a second. Because nah, that's not her. And that's probably not either. Wow, there's a bunch of... This is the problem. She's got such a popular name that it's literally like... Wait a minute. Is this it? Yeah, okay, this is it. And it's not that much different. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Look, okay, is she in shape? Yeah. Is she cooperative? Yeah. I picked up on that when she started talking about the different races that she would be open to. She's also, apparently, she's open to dating women too. Is she marriageable? I don't think so. I don't think she's looking for marriage, though. There was nothing that hinted at that. So, yeah, and there were some big red flags in here. She needs to work on her attitude. Her words, not mine. She called herself ratchet. And well, let's go ahead and look at her Instagram. All right. See all these different ones. It's all using the same name. Clear all that. So, yeah, you got scantily clad outfits. promotions for something where she's probably featured on. Again, I got my tongue out. Yeah, this is yeah. See, our music page was about the same. Yeah, it's a bunch of thirst traps. So, but I think that's what you're gonna run into if you're dating an entertainer. So it just is what it is. But like I said, I don't think she's looking for marriage. Yeah. So we're gonna move right along to the next one. And is this the Tamika? Yep, she changed her name too. But it's okay though. It's just her last name. Let's go.
Got it together?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name, baby?
I'm Tamika,
Tamika, where you calling us from?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas. How old are you?
I'm 44.
44. What you do for a living?
I'm a veteran of the Air Force, and I am a research coordinator for rheumatologist doctor.
So are you still a veteran for the Air Force or retired?
I'm a veteran, always gonna represent. But yeah, I'm in the medical field. I do clinical work.
Medical field. You have any children?
I do.
How many?
I'm sorry, one.
One. How old's your child?
19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
And what's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Let's do it. This is Tamika, Dallas, Texas, 44. Scorpio, a veteran for the Air Force, works in the medical field, has a 19-year-old child. What kind of man you looking for, baby?
So I'm 5'9". I would love for him to be at least 6 feet. Stuff together emotionally, spiritually. I don't want any children, have you to have any children younger than 12. Been there, done that. I'm empty nest now. So honesty, definitely.
Makes sense.
Like to do things, like to go out, funny. I'm not real picky.
Okay, what's some deal breakers?
Okay.
A smoker. Sorry, I don't do cigarettes and Black and Milds, and it's not good for your health, people. Avid drinker. I'm just a social drinker. No baby mama drama, of course. Respectful,
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
No. I mean, I want him to be attractive, of course. I mean, make us look good together. I may look a little rough now, but I clean up well. So, yeah, just have yourself together, presentable, clean, neat. Definitely. I'm not a label whore or anything. I'm not materialistic, so I don't expect him to have to feel that he's got to be in the latest either. So, no.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Enough to take care of himself, because I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I can provide for myself. He can provide for himself. We come together. We make it a unit. So.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's
Okay.
see the kids, Tamika.
Okay.
Okay, we see you. That's your dog? There's some type of echo. Tamika, what was your last relationship?
About 3 years.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
About a month and a half.
Okay. Why do you think you're single?
By choice. I wanted to work on me.
Say again.
I wanted to work on me first. Make sure I had all my ducks in a row. Make sure my son is good, and on his own, he's out. I'm by myself now. Of course, besides.
Okay, that is one of the exceptions where I can say that single by choice actually works, because you're trying to make sure, because you're a single mom, but you're trying to make sure that your son is okay and he's started his life before you actually move back into the dating scene. That's one of those rare, like I said, that's one of those rare occasions where that's understandable. But she's also mentioned that she's not looking for a stepfather. So, yeah, that's you know what? That's understandable. I get that. Let's keep going.
That's my dog. So yeah, it's just all about timing for me.
Okay. And what are 3 flaws you have to work
To let my wall down. I can be a little hard. And I think it's just from I'm healed, I feel, but sometimes it's still hard to trust in this day and age with dating. Um, Not be so caring. I think I can care too much. If one may think that's a flaw, but I think it can be. And I can't think of really anything else that stands out anyway.
Okay. All right. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, boo?
Um, I'm ready. I'm a great woman. I make you laugh. I know how to cook. I can provide for myself. I don't need a man. I want a man. It's the difference. Um,
Oh boy.
I mean, I think once he gets to know me, he would see.
And there you have it. All right. Is that your contact?
Yes, that's my Instagram. You can hit me on there.
Really?
Miss Baptiste?
Beast. Yeah.
Beast. Okay. All right. So MSBATTISTE on IG. All right, boo. You keep me posted, babe.
Thank you for coming back to me as well.
You're welcome, baby girl. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Okay. This one went really quick. So what we're gonna do here is, we do have our Instagram. Okay, all right. Because I was starting to wonder because I tried typing in our whole name and it didn't really get anywhere. Now this is an interesting case because we basically flew through a lot of this, and she's not overweight. She is cooperative. You heard what she said. The guy needs to be able to take care of himself. And there was something else she mentioned in there about the fact that she said we're going to work together as a couple. Yeah. So Chris says, would you say she's looking for a travel/concert companion? I would. Yeah, she falls into the category of potential wives where they're looking for more for companionship than because she's older. She's 44. So she said it before. She's not looking to have any more kids, and she doesn't want the guy to have kids. He can't have kids either because that part of her life is done, and she's admitting that, right? Let's see. Chris also says a lot of women her age love jazz festivals and traveling. Well, yeah, because they've done their due diligence as far as raising a child. Like she said, the son is gone. She took her time for that, which is commendable. Because again, she's not looking for a stepfather. She's looking for somebody to make it to the end of life with. Now, I want to mention something here. On here, usually women who are from the military, their femininity comes into question. And the way she's dressed, she is presentable. I mean, she's got her hair pulled back and the earrings. But this is where I wouldn't necessarily mark that as being feminine. However, this is where having an Instagram makes a difference, because when we look at her Instagram, it's a different story here because you get to see different parts of her life. She mentioned being a researcher, so I'm assuming those are scrubs. But again, she looks feminine in these photos. There are no thirst traps here. I'm guessing that's her son probably, but she's always got a smile on her face. There are no thirst traps here. I mean, this is questionable, but this looks like an evening out. So, yeah, other than it's probably vaping there, but thirst trap probably. Yeah, but that doesn't look like it's a recent photo. But yeah, overall, I would say that, again, she appears to be feminine. So, fit, feminine, cooperative. If you can get past the fact that, did Kendra ask for an age range that she would date? Most likely, I would assume that she wants an older man. I think the only hang up is that she wants a man 6 feet tall, but she's 5'9", so that's understandable, right? But I think she's totally marriageable. I mean, I don't see anything that's really standing out other than the 6 feet tall thing. But again, she's 5'9". So as long as, if that's the biggest thing, I think she's marriageable. Yeah, and Chris noticed that she smiled in all of her pictures. I don't remember. Yeah, again, it speaks to femininity. So, and then a lot of her photos, she's wearing feminine clothing. She's she's wearing a dress or whatever. But let's keep going because that was obvious right there. 45 plus, probably as far as the age of the guy. Yeah, that's the vibe that I was getting. But let's keep going. Was this the last one? It was. Well, so what do we have here tonight? I mean, we had a couple of women who were definitely fit the criteria for marriage to an average man. Again, some of you guys come back in the comments and watch these videos later. You guys got a lot of comments about, you make it seem like you wouldn't touch these women with a 10-foot pole. Hey, that's you. They don't match. They're not the categories that you're looking for. Fine, but that's not the point of this series. The whole point is to show that that average women are marriageable, but we as men, we have to do the work to figure out what it is, the 3 characteristics that we're specifically looking for, or the characteristics that are most important to us, right? But there were a couple of marriageable women here tonight. I mean, we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the vast majority of them were, and I think that at the end of the day, and if you guys watch me, you hear me say this a lot. Relationships are about balance. So it's not because look, I'm not going to sit here and be delusional about this, but the majority of the women that came on here, they do have kids, and I want to say this because it needs to be said. A lot of these male-oriented relationship content channels, they put out content that says that you should never marry a single mom, right? I don't believe that. I don't think having a kid is a death sentence. What I do believe is that, ladies, when you do have a child, you need to work to balance the equation, okay? Because no, men are not looking to raise another man's seed. So you need to make it worth it for that guy to do that. Again, it's about balance. It's not a death sentence, which most things are not a death sentence. It just requires more work. You have to bring more value to the relationship in order to make things work. It's the same thing with a guy. If you got a kid, the deficit is not as big for men who have children because we're expected to. Most women want a provider anyway. So, most men are not going to let the woman provide for their child, right? But there are other things too that negatives that we as men have. Again, one of the biggest ones is that income portion, right? Is job that you're working, because most men don't have careers. We just have jobs. Most people just have jobs, or particularly today it's the gig economy. So most people have a gig of some kind, right? Well, that means that you're not going to be rich. Let's just be honest here. The chances of you getting rich is pretty slim. So you need to bring something else to the table. What I usually recommend is you use the dime: self-discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. Gives your woman a lot to look up to when you're leading with those 4 things, right? But this has been great. Like I said, I enjoy doing this series because the whole point is to prove that there are marriageable women out there. But we just need we as men need to do the work. We need to start having more high level conversations so we can get past this surface level stuff. Because I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. When you see men that constantly complaining about the women, or constantly complaining about women, you might want to change your circle. Or some of those things that you say that you would never do as far as what a woman brings to the table, you might want to consider it, especially if you're complaining about the quality of women around you. See, you're attracting those women, so something about you that you need to change if you're complaining. So I think that I think this show, the reason I do it is because it's a great example of how average people, I think a lot of times we don't see each other. And again, we got to start working our way out of the gender war because it's dumb. At the end of the day, the majority of us, we still need each other. Men need women, women need men. And on that note, closing remarks. Guys, for those of you that didn't know, we did reach the 1,000 subscriber goal. So it's more paperwork for me to do on my end, but that's a good thing. These live streams, we're gonna keep these going. So right now, the next one may be, I don't know when the next one's gonna be. Just keep a lookout for you on the community tab. I try and give you guys at least a couple hours notice. That way, if you're not available, maybe you can change some stuff around or shift something around in order to join in the live stream. But I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's participating. Shout out to my guy Chris. So on that note, I appreciate that. What is that, Chico? I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I'm gonna say goes to the next time. Peace.